This is the Making Waves Mindset Show with your hosts, Richard Biase
and Dave Moskowitz. Learn from our journey as we share the ups and downs
of being your own boss. Welcome, everyone, to the Making Waves Mindset Show with your beautiful hosts, Dave Moskowitz and Richard Biase. We hope you are kicking butt, making waves, taking action.
Yeah. All that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Good stuff to get you going.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got up this morning. First thing you did was turned on the podcast of Making Waves Mindset Show. Get your day going in the right
Subscribe
direction.
To the community.
Subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
As we always say, subscribe to our show. If you like it, continue listening. If you don't like it, send it to someone who might.
Dave,
there's always people out there.
You make me laugh every time I hear that. I chuckle on the inside.
There's got to be people out there that you know that would like our show.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone.
You know, I think the magnitude of our listening audience that we didn't know was out there, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Or the impact we're already having. I don't think Dave and I really knew how deep that was. And I received a phone call earlier this week from someone I know, and they go, "Hey, I'm in this meeting, and 2 other people have brought up your show to help with mindset, to help with success, to help manage the journey of business and life." And I was taken back by that. I was like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like, who are these people? And
right.
You know, he'd mentioned the names, and one of them I actually didn't know. The other one we do know. Yeah. And I was shocked. I was like, so it came from this person we've never met. Like, it's truly incredible networking and the ability to connect. So as always, Dave and I are on LinkedIn. You can find us on the socials, Instagram, TikTok. We're on YouTube. We're on Rumble. And as Dave says, spread the word. Let people know if they have an interest in business, leadership. We cover all these little topics, but it's all about escaping the 9 to 5. That's where it starts. There is a life outside of working the 9 to 5. And Dave and I have had an incredible journey, and we want to share that with you.
And the journey's not over.
It's not. It's definitely
Lots
not
more
over.
to come.
Lots more to come.
So I wanted to talk about something that a friend of mine, who hopefully in the near future is going to be a guest on our show, but he's sort of he's an entrepreneur. He's in business. He's been in business for a long time now, and I look to him for business advice every now and then, because he's been very successful in his business. So amazing. It's I wouldn't say he's a mentor in per se, like an exact mentor, but he's definitely somebody who I confide in, somebody who I will go to for advice and for things that I need in life in relation to business. So I think we talked about this before, but you know, you should have some mentors, you should have some coaches, right? It's important. So if you look at any professional out there, no matter who they are, the ones who succeed the most are the ones who have a team behind them, right?
There's no I in team, right?
Right. Olympics, you look at all the people in sports and Olympics, they have a coach. Yeah. NBA, MLS, soccer, right? Any sport, professional sport, there's coaches. Anyone who's training for a sport has a coach. So it would only make sense that if you want to succeed in business and you want to succeed in life itself, you need mentors, you need coaches.
Our guests have spoken about that already. Joe Mancini, at one of our very first episodes, said you got to get a mentor.
Right.
You got to get somebody that you align with that has already done what you're looking to do to push you to the next level. Mm-hmm. You know, find those strengths that people have that you don't have so you can develop.
Yep. Definitely. So this friend of mine, Bassam Hanna, I won't introduce him too much because hopefully, like I said, in the near future, he'll be a guest on our show. We'll let him take it away from there. But he posted on his Instagram and LinkedIn the other day the simple word patience. And then he talked about in his post about patience and having patience. And it came at a moment in my life where I'm anxiously waiting. So everyone knows that I'm opening up an assisted stretching brick and mortar business called Stretch Lab here in Toronto.
Very exciting day.
And it came at a time where I'm right now just waiting to hear back from somebody, and I'm getting impatient.
But it's like a kid in a candy store. You're so
Right,
excited.
yeah,
You've worked
and
so hard to get
I
here.
know, and that's what it is, and it literally popped up yesterday when he posted it, or today or last night, and I was literally going to, I say literally a lot, I shouldn't say that, literally. I feel like
Literally, and like that
I
little
feel like,
kid,
yeah,
eh?
I
Remember
feel
him
like
on
I'm a little kid. Literally. Anyways,
literally, and
so it came at a moment when my patience were basically running out. I'm at the point now where I just wanted to call the broker and say to them, "Hey, listen, what's going on with this? I've waited enough. This is not happening to the speed that I want it to be." And
okay.
that was going to be the phone call today. But
Dave,
I
come
know,
on.
I know. But I saw this post and I was like, yes, patience. And and it got me thinking. Patience is so important. It's important in all aspects. So I took that mindset and I went to the gym this morning. And today we had a weightlifting class. So I for those who don't know, and I haven't talked about it, if I have, I'm surprised I haven't talked about it more. But CrossFit, everyone makes fun of people who go to CrossFit, right? They talk about
CrossFit.
everything, always
CrossFit.
CrossFit, right? Anyways, I go to CrossFit. So this morning was Olympic weightlifting class.
Oh,
So
geez.
it's an hour of just Olympic weightlifting. And I took the mindset of patience into Olympic weightlifting. And it plays true to real life in that there's certain lifts that you do where you have to slow it right down. And it's funny how if you just go in the mindset of take your time, don't rush anything, everything flows easier. To that point, I took a step back when I came back home and said to myself, okay, I'm not going to make any calls to the broker. I'm not
Good.
going to rush this process.
Good.
I'm going to let the process play out the way it's supposed to play out. I've always been a strong believer everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to sit back, let the process play, and not rush it, and use patience as a virtue and embrace it and quell my excitement a bit.
I love that you brought this conversation to the table. So yesterday, I recorded a video on controlling what you can control.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to put it up yesterday, but it was late in the day. We had a few things come up, and I wanted to get it out after my workout this morning. But even our recording today was delayed because I had too many things that had, just kind of fallen on my lap right away. And the video goes back to somebody I looked up to when I started my policing day, Bob Greer, constable, 35 years service when I joined almost 14 years ago. And his advice to the young recruits was you can only control what you can control.
Right.
Do not focus an ounce of energy on all the things outside of what is in your lane.
Right.
It is a piece of advice I put on a video to share on social media. So this will be out Friday. I'll put it out today, whenever that is. And by the time this is out, it's going to be a few weeks now. And I had to stress that because I'm finding everyone so concerned. And as I'm even trying to do different things, and it ties into you right now, there are a lot of things outside of our control in our businesses,
yes,
in our families, in our friends, and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Stop wasting your time on these things. Practice the patience Dave and your friend have highlighted on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And focus on what are you good at? What do you know that you have the power to accomplish? And just do that and let everything else take place behind the scenes.
That's right.
One of the biggest things that, again, we're all not perfect, but something I've kind of honed in on. Some people may see the word procrastination as something that's negative.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my own form of procrastination, but it's not procrastination. There's nothing to rush right now. Let's wait on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that waiting time always pays off because it allows the dominoes to fall into place. It allows everything to come together.
Right.
And you would have consumed your time worrying about the what ifs.
Yes.
When you didn't need to. And every time I've put this is something I've discovered myself, my own practice. Again, some people call it procrastination. They're Richard, you're taking too long. I'm like, no, there's a reason. Everything falls into place.
Right.
So it's an incredible takeaway for all of you listening today. Start looking at it. Yeah. When things are getting crazy, your mind is all bamboozled. Remember what Dave just said.
Patience.
Patience. Remember what Bob Greer said, my former colleague. you can't control everything. So focus on what you can control.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not a power struggle. It's just,
No.
it's a reality of, you know, if the tires take forever to come in from the dealership for your car or whatever, as an example, that's not your problem.
Yeah. It's out of
You
your
can
control.
control that. Yeah. That you've already made the appointment and they're going to do what you've asked them to do. Right. Like, so these are the small little things you can take in every aspect of your business and life.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting too, because in most aspects of my life, I do have patience.
You're
Yeah.
you're grounded. You're so level.
Yeah.
That's why we jive.
And it's, you know, I don't get road rage when I drive. I have a lot of patience when I drive. I if I have to wait for somebody to do something in my personal life, you know, that's okay. I'll sit here for days waiting for somebody.
Yeah.
If I have to stand in line, I'll stand in line. I sort of don't get stressed about those things. But when it comes to this business, my excitement is what's wanting me to push it forward rather than my impatience, right? So the fact that I didn't bring that into this yet, it was such a timely posting by my friend there, and it's so true. Even if you go back to our previous training, in our previous fields, the one thing they teach you about is time. Take the time, which is patience, right? Take the time. Don't rush. Don't rush an incident. Don't rush a desired outcome. Don't rush a crisis. Take the time. Take a step back. Breathe, right?
Mhm.
Stay calm. Reevaluate, right? All that kind of stuff. Make a plan. Assess, right? And all that kind of stuff. And it was drilled into our brains during training every year. But yet my excitement got ahead of me, and I just had to like refocus. And it's a big part of your life to just take a step back and refocus. Do it for yourselves. For those of you who are listening right now, I guarantee you're somewhere where in your life you can look at it and say, you know what? Why am I getting stressed about this?
Mhm.
Maybe it's sitting in line at a drive-through. Maybe it's sitting in traffic. Maybe it's you're waiting for somebody to complete work on something that you've asked them to do.
It's water off a duck's back.
That's right. Just have
And I know it
patience.
irritates people because I've
It
heard
does.
this. I don't want to use me as an example, but I've heard people get upset with me that they can't, you know, have me so emotionally upset like that. I'm like, it's water off a duck's back. Why are we worrying that the traffic light turned red and we have to
That's
wait for
right.
30 seconds?
Yeah, who
Why are
cares?
we worrying your order from whatever online store you purchased is taking another week? Like,
Yeah.
as I say, don't sweat the small stuff.
Yep.
That's been one of my phrases for years. It's water off a duck's back. Practice the patience that Dave is talking about.
Right.
It's not going to, you're wasting all your time and energy on what ifs, where is this? I can't. Just focus on what you know you need to do for your daily goals, those
Yep.
good habits. Refocus on, as Dave said, that overall picture. How can we slow things down and take time?
Yep.
And get back at what you're good at and let
That's right.
everyone else put together the building foundations that you need.
Yep. And put that energy towards good stuff rather than stress.
That's why, that's why I love chatting with you, Dave. We come up with some great stuff, and we really, truly hope that all of you listening are making a difference. We're hearing the feedback, but these are the things we're sharing from our business, right? These are the ups and downs we're being transparent and honest about.
Yep.
It's not overnight. People forget success. What they see on social media is, well, tomorrow it's going to be their instant gratification. Yes, I got my Ferrari, and not realizing,
it takes a lot of time.
It takes time, a lot of time.
Yep.
You got to put in the time.
Yeah. In all aspects.
Amazing. All right, everyone. It's a short one. You know where to find us? makingwavesmindset.com.
That's it.
You can find Dave.
Instagram, David A. Moskowitz.
And you can find yours truly at Richard Biase on Instagram, TikTok. We're both on LinkedIn. I think we should use that power to connect with all of you. And as usual, write a review, rate the show, connect with us, send us messages, ask your questions. We would love to be able to give you the feedback of what we know. And we hope you're continuing to make waves, dream bigger, and take action in life. We'll talk to you.
Sounds good.
On the next episode. See ya.